kajo be fulaku wallo be fulaku.
FUDECO kautal kajo be fulaku wallo be fulaku.
In FUDECO dum kautal fulbe be kautin gam wallo go fulbe SS nana alarene.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Gam an on wonja gordo debbo antiki FUDECO fulbe development.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Gam ballon bandiraɓe fulbe.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
SS nana yettore.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Chairman jagordo FUDECO.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Secretary national FUDECO.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Barista Musa Arifi.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Barista Musa Arifi.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Arifi kajo wa fulaku.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
KSS nana chairman.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Yettore mun sai lamido.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Gam on don kaja fulaku.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Gam on don endi fulaku.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
On don ballita fulbe.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
On don tindina fulbe.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Durgol wana asli fulaku.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
On kawti hore fulaku.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
On noti hore be robe.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
On kawti hore robe fulbe.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Ngan ekkitin gobe sana'ati.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Wabbe dum ekkitina be fade.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Wabbe jaka boro ekkitinto.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Wabbe be nyotai wabbe durgo.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Wabbe be lalle poldi zamanu.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
Wondon nata wabbe jangirde.
FUDECO wallo be fulaku.
FUDECO endi be fulaku. FUDECO kajo be fulaku. FUDECO endi be fulaku.
FUDECO kautal kajo be fulaku wallo be fulaku.
FUDECO endi be fulaku. FUDECO wallo be fulaku. Abuja office nga fulaku. Be kauti hore ngam fulaku. Be mballi fulbe ngam fulaku. Be kauti jude ngam fulaku. E jiba mabe ngam fulaku. Ballo walla hon ngam fulaku. Mi noddi mobile di fulaku. Ngate jude mallen ngam fulaku. Balliti bandiraɓe fulɓe ballo walla barka fulaku. Barka fulaku. Barka fulaku.
FUDECO kautal kajo be fulaku wallo be fulaku.
Fulɓe ngala ay beleñol mum. Fulɓe ngala ay beleñol mum. Fulɓe dani jawdi e risku. Fulɓe dani jawdi e risku. Fullo manayge mari mbalu. Fullo manayge mari mbalu. Donguleñol men nangitare. Donguleñol men nangitare.
نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Abu na gaba za mu tafi ga ayaguri za mu dinga sirka taron ne turanci hausa da fulatanci. Fulatancin dai ban iya ba ne amma za a samu wanda zai dinga fulatancin na iya jam shi kaɗai na iya shin fulatanci. Invited guests, members of the high table. Next is the welcome address by the royal father of the day and chancellor of Nasarawa State University, the emir of KP. The emir or his representative please wakilin mai martaba sarkin kefi zai ba mu jawabi na maraba a wannan guri. Wakilin mai martaba sarkin kefi. So, yeah, the chief master. Yes.
Your Excellency, the wife of the President, ably represented, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizers, Full Day Development and Cultural Organization, I have the singular honor and privilege to welcome everybody to this empowering the women and youths to build a home and the nation program. I want to specially welcome the wife of the president. I also welcome especially all our invited guests, the participants of this program, all the dignitaries. You are welcome to Nasarawa State University, KP. You are also welcome to the program. Jama'a assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. A madadin ƙungiyar cin gaban Fulani, ina ma jama'a da suka iso nan duka marhabin zuwa Nasarawa State University a Kefi. Na biyu ga zuwa wannan taro wanda yake da muhimmanci. Ina son in barka da zuwa na musamman ga matan shugaban ƙasa da shauran manyan baƙi wanda suka taso suka zo don wannan taron. Yanda muka fara lafiya, Allah ya sa a gama lafiya. Wannan kungiya Allah ya masa albarka. Abubuwan da suka sa a gaba na alheri, Allah ya taimake su, Allah ya ba su daman samun biyan bukatu. Jama'a, everybody is welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's another applause to the Vice Chancellor, National State University, KP, who gave us the welcome address. So with me to lead the occasion, we have Hashia Ibrahim from MBS Lafia. Please your hands up so that they can recognize you. Please a round of applause to her. I also have Comrade Isa Ali Musa, full FUDECO. Please a round of applause to him, please. English, Hashia. Full day, Isa, Hausa, Nafi Uyahaya. Thank you very much. So let me introduce Hashia Ibrahim to continue from where I stopped. I think the next is speech by the special. No, this protocol has been. Sorry, oh my God. Let me invite this Sis Nana. At this juncture, wance barin da Hausa tai da Turancin. Abu na gaba shine gabatar da jawabi ne da aka asasa wannan gidauniya da wannan kungiya wadda aka yi ta domin taimakawa mata musamman Fulani wajen ba su horo akan sana'o'i daban-daban yadda su rika rayuwarsu, musamman abin da ya shafi ilimi, lafiya, sana'o'in hannu da abubuwa makamantan wannan. Akwai wanda yake jagora wanda ya samar da wannan kungiya ta FUDECO, wato Professor Sali Sabi Nana, wanda shi ne za mu gayyata ya zai gabatar da jawabinsa, wanda na san sai jawabi ne cikin harshen Turanci. Da haka za mu gayyaci ita Hashiya ta kira shi da harshen Turanci, sannan Comrade Isa ya kira shi da harshen Fulatanci. Hashiya gare.
Thank you very much, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I sincerely apologize for coming far behind schedule due to some contingency. As today is sanitation in Nasarawa State, there were difficulty coming down here for me. I sincerely apologize. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I quickly recognize the presence of Honorable Khadija Adamu. She is the Senior Special Assistant to the Nasarawa State Governor. Please let's give her a resounding hand of applause.
Alhamdulillah, emin gada farin ciki gayyata ki National President mo Fulbe Development Association, Agricultural Development of Nigeria, FUDECO, Professor Sali Sadu Nana, mora mo na en mo wiya en mo diwita en mo jabano en hobbe meden sannan mo yewta en ko hawrini en do kanko kellane mo ga Allah mo do waro ya. kanko kafani en ɗon ɗon jiya kanko non tiyen doga mo Allah rene min gaɗanma lale e waroyki
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. The representative of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the representative of the Minister of Trade, the representative of the Governor or the First Lady of Nasarawa State, various guests, your Royal Highnesses, various ardos, leaders of associations, women leaders in Nasarawa State, leaders of FUDECO. I bring greetings to you from England. And the Queen of England says hello to everybody. She's a very nice person. My presentation is running on the screens, but unfortunately the screens are on the back. Please, can you make the program, the presentation to be running continuously? My presentation is just going to say a few things about what FUDECO is and what FUDECO has done so far, and also to make some few prayers to the authorities that are present here. I'm also going to make a summary of my speech in Fulfulde so that some of the women that are here can actually understand what I'm saying without who cannot understand English. So invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, FUDECO, to give you a little bit of background, FUDECO is a very new organization. It started with the Mambila massacre when I spent 4 weeks crisscrossing this country to try to speak to people, leaders, government officials, researchers, and community leaders to find out why people kill themselves in this way in this country, and why and how we should stop it. I spent 4 weeks speaking to a lot of people, and I gathered a lot of information. Following that, we started with a small advocacy group, and the small advocacy group was aimed at recruiting 50 Nigerian advocates who are willing to campaign against killings and genocide, and to make sure we publicize this in international media. So I recruited 50 advocates or activists to do this work. We also started helping IDPs, internally displaced people. So we helped 1,000 IDPs in Taraba State in collaboration with the Muslim Council in Jalingo. We housed them for 18 months. We provided them food, clothing, and medication. And we also worked with an international NGO to provide them cash settlements of 90,000 naira each to settle them back into their communities. Following that particular period where we advocated to stop killings, we spoke to a lot of stakeholders who then said, why don't you turn this your group into an organization? So I spoke to other Fulbe organizations and consulted with a lot of people, and they said, why don't you make this into an organization? So at the time, I was working with 2 other Nigerians Shehu Usman Shehu, who is a senior journalist at the Deutsche Welle in Germany, and also Dr. Ahmad Shehu, who was completing his PhD in Poland. And we met in Germany, in Berlin, and we decided that we need to form an organization. That was in 2018. And since then, we recruited trustees, and we registered FUDECO with the CAC. Our mission really is to make sure that we have an effective organization that works with pastoralists, but also with other communities across ethnic, religious, and cultural lines to make sure that we find lasting solutions to some of the problems that we are facing in this country. And our objectives are very simple. So we'll do things like what you see today, training. We support schools. We do a lot on education. We support on providing things like boreholes, like support to communities, so that we are able to engage with these communities to be able to address the bigger problems that are facing Nigeria, such as the insecurity. You cannot, there is a Fulfulde saying, which says that you cannot shave somebody with whom you don't live or you are not interacting with. You only share somebody who is with you. And our aim is to engage with pastoralists as well as stakeholders, elites as well as the grassroots, and make sure that we address these problems. Following our registration with the CAC and registration with the Economic and Financial Affairs Commission, to get a certificate against money laundering, because corruption is one of the things that kills development in this country. And we're determined that we want to be transparent, we want to follow the rules, and we want to be honest. So we registered to get our certificate from the EFCC against money laundering. We also registered for our tax responsibilities, and we got our TIN number and everything so that we follow the law. In terms of governance, FUDECO is governed by 10 trustees, 40 National Executive Council members, and 12 National Advisory Council members who are eminent people. We try not to make it very heavy because this is a voluntary organization, it's not a government agency. And so far, we had one General Assembly in Kaduna last year in November, and we approved the trustees, the National Executive Council members, and the Advisory Council members. And we also developed our constitution. I have also written a code of conduct for all FUDECO ESCOs from the ward to the national. After speaking to so many people, there are things that people complain about, and we don't want FUDECO ESCOs to do any of those things. So I've written a code of conduct, which we have approved. We also have financial procedures, which we have made very clear. And we also have a confidentiality policy, and we are training our ESCOs from the national to the local to understand these rules and follow them. Most of the time, people say there is a Nigerian factor and that some things can happen. But I assure you, things can happen if they are made to happen. This is a great country and there are great people in here. So in terms of governance, that is it. In terms of structure, we have 13 state chapters so far, and I've been trying to slow down the creation of state chapters, because I don't want a situation where we just put down names of people and say we have a chapter. In each chapter, we need an executive, we need a women's executive, not a women's leader only. We need a women's executive, and we need youth executive. At the state, local and local level. So far, I have advised that we maintain the 13 states and make sure we develop deep into those states before moving forward with other states. So there are other states that have approached us, like Jigawa, for example, and also Kwara State and other states, and we're talking with people who have expressed interest, our members who are there. We have contacts in almost all states. We have contacts in Port Harcourt, we have contacts in Lagos, we have contacts in Ebonyi, we have contacts in Enugu, we have contacts in the southwest, in the southeast, in the north, and everywhere. But those are not structures. Those are FUDECO members. And we're looking to create more structures. With regard to the issues that FUDECO is looking at, what are the issues that we have identified? What are the problems that we are seeking to address? We are looking at violent farmer header and ethno-religious conflicts as a major issue. Is one of the things that we want to address. We are looking at cattle rustling, which is also linked to criminality. It's linked to banditry, and it finances banditry and terrorism. We are also looking at solutions with regards to cattle rustling. We are looking at human rights abuses against pastoralists and against people who are very less powerful. We are working with the appropriate agencies and the right organizations, NGOs, to make sure that when people commit crimes, they should be arrested and they should be judged, they should be taken to court, and they should be sent to prison if they commit those crimes. However, we strongly oppose collective punishment. We also oppose abuses and taking money from pastoralists. And so for that reason, for example, in Plateau State, we took action against a military officer who took 2 million francs from a pastoralist, and we took the matter up with the military hierarchy, and we got back the 2 million francs, and we gave back the 2 million francs to the pastoralist. We advise that the military officer should not be punished. We should rather have some kind of dialogue with them. So that's an example of the kind of things that we do. And these are women that we have trained to make shoes, bags, and purses. And you will see the samples there in front of you. Those are the bags and shoes that they have made. So please clap for them. There are also other women that have brought their own samples of things that you can see in front of you. Is out of this training that we have just done. Also on the screen is a school that we supported in Nasarawa. It's not built by us, but it's an academy that is promoting education, so we went there with food. And there are a lot of other things that I have put down on the slide. We'll give you copies of the slide so you can see the things for yourself, because like they're not visible from because it's on the back. The screens are not on the front. So there are many things that we want to ask for, but I will cut short the prayers. First of all, I want to appreciate the security services in Nasarawa State and also nationally for trying to keep this country in peace, despite all the difficulties, and some of them losing their lives in the process. Nasarawa State is still relatively peaceful compared to other states. That is thanks to the people who sacrificed their lives. However, there are still some issues, and we'll pray that the Nasarawa State government and security address the issue. And kindly, I'm making a prayer to the security services in Nasarawa State
to address the issues of collective punishment. So I'm receiving a lot of videos, a lot of audios of pastoralists that cattle that is being killed in Doma local government, for example, and also people who are collecting because one of them is a criminal or one of them has committed crime. There is also a lot of arbitrary arrest and collection of money from people. I received a complaint yesterday, someone having spent 500,000 naira to be released on arbitrary arrest. So I call on the security services to address these issues and to understand that it is soiling the image of Nasarawa state, because these things are read worldwide. They are seen in UK, they are seen in UK, they are seen in America, and it can affect the economic development of Nasarawa state. It can also spoil the good work that Nasarawa and the security services are doing. So I appeal for that. We also want to appeal to the state authorities and NGOs to partner with FUDECO so we can do what we know how to do best and move this state, Nasarawa state, forward and move the country forward. And for all stakeholders to welcome and support FUDECO. If you want further information, you can find on my presentation on our website, on our Facebook page, and you can always contact us anytime. Before I close, I want to quote a famous lady who was called the first lady struggle in America. Her name is Mary McLeod Bethune. She was born in 1875 in North Carolina in a farm, in a cotton farm. And she said, for her last words when she was dying, she said, I leave you love, I leave you hope, I leave you the challenge of developing confidence in one another. I leave you a thirst for education. I leave you respect for the use of power. I leave you faith. I leave you racial dignity. I leave you a desire to live harmoniously with your fellow men. I leave you a responsibility to our young people. If I have a legacy to leave my people, it is my philosophy of living and saving. I think I've spent my life well. I pray now that my philosophy may be helpful to those who share my vision of a world of peace, progress, brotherhood, and love. And I will leave you with that and say, I leave you with love, with solidarity, with dignity, and with working together to bring forward Nasarawa State and Nigeria. May God bless FUDECO, may God bless Nigeria, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, my audience, we can do better for the founder of this prestigious organization. I want to believe, invited guests, participants, you are rich today as far as the Fulani man and the Fulani woman is concerned in Nigeria. They are also making their contributions in all aspects of life, especially at a moment like this where we are faced with insecurity. Yes, for the benefit of the larger gathering, my NGO will want to speak to them in full day, but I want to tell you, as the master of ceremony, I'm in charge. I'm going to give you just 5 minutes to do that. Please, in summary. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. I apologize and don't find me yet. 5 minutes. Andiraɓe tawaɓe nder kawtal ngal mi silmino dow mon silminago ngo juldam kuɓengo pulaku inde am ss nana min woni kafuɗo ɓe ardiɗo kawtal FUDECO. Nder bolle am ɗo mi holli kuuɗe ɗe FUDECO huyi e lesdi Nigeria. Mi ɓorwi dow no waɗi FUDECO waɗa be ko waɗi FUDECO waɗa. Mi wolwi dow kuje ɗuɗɗe, mi wolwi haala jangirde, mi wolwi haala wato yahugo yeeso fulɓe duroɓe, mi wolwi haala marugo ndiyam be marugo kuje ko naftorto be durgol ɓosugol, mi wolwi haala kuje ko rarani ko safani wato satal hoore ngal woɓɓe meɗen feere gaɗata ɓe bonontaki e ɓaawo ton bo mi wolwi dow bolle ko rarani gomnati no huudirta ɓe ungiyaji. Mi wi ko waɗi ungiyaji ngala sembe gam ɗi ngala gonga, gam to enen ungiyaji to en ngala gonga gomnati fota e walla en, gomnati walla en to en mari gonga. To ɓaawo ton bo mi wolwi haala ko safani fulɓe Nasarawa, gam piroje en mbaɗanayi fulɓe e Nasarawa, nden bo fulɓe Nasarawa woɓɓe e nangue e maɓɓe mere e jaɓe jawdi. Mi ƴami wato security services ɓe gomnati Nasarawa ɓe kaɓda ɓe katta wato hunde nde, ɓe accita waɗugo noon. Nden ɓaawo ton mi ƴami gomnati huuda ɓe FUDECO, ɓe kawte tanan gomnati wiyete NGO ɗe kuuɗa ɓe FUDECO. Nden ɓaawo ton mi hokki yimɓe bolle e debbo feere maynanoɗo wolwi, ɓe ƴami mo watte mayugo, ɓe mbimo wolwa, o hokki bolle sembiɗɗe, o wi o accida yimɓe ɓe yidde, o accida yimɓe ɓe wato numo wongo, o accida yimɓe ɓe kuudal, o accida yimɓe ɓe jangirde, o accida yimɓe bo ɓe margo daraja leñol muɓɓen. So hanka mi wolwi e bolleji am. Nden bo onon rewɓe Nasarawa, mi seyake yiwgo on hande, meeɗa yigo on, mi yetti on, mi wiya Allah yaaru enen fuu yeeso, Allah jaɓu kuuɗe moɗon fuu. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
I'm sure that is not enough. Mi yaɗi, a tafa mana ya fi haka. Aka ce wai kowa ya bar gida ya bar shigo, to ainihin ko kowa ban bar gida ba. Mi yatti. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I quickly recognize the presence of the State Commandant Civil Defense, Abbas Abab Mohammed. He's here. Please let's give him a round of applause. May I also recognize the presence of the representative of Emir of Kefi. Please pardon me, I'm coming from Lafia, maybe that's why I'm saying Lafia. His Royal Highness, the representative of the Emir, Alhaji Ibrahim Mohammed, Chigarin Kefi. Please, Atafa Masa. Let me also recognize in the person of Alhaji Suleiman Isiaku Salanken Kefi. Atafa Masa. May I also recognize the presence of His Royal Highness, the Emir of Nasarawa, in the person of Alhaji Ibrahim Usman Jibrain. Please, let's give him a round of applause. We really appreciate your presence. Yes, you know, in an event like this, there could be a lot of adjustment. We've taken note of what is on the program of event that has been given to each and every one of us here. But we, as the MC here, we've taken note of some vital reorganization that we will actually work on. So we are not going to be making use of what we have, even though that we give the audience a better view of what will be coming up. At this point in time, we are going to break. All work without play makes Jack a dull boy. Let's calm ourselves. Let's be entertained by the beautiful culture, beautiful talent of the Fulani woman, of the Fulani man in Nigeria, where I'll be inviting Hajia Hawa Fulani Ngombe to come forward and give us the beautiful entertainment before we go back to the business of the day. Ina Fulani Ngombe Tanana, sorry, my colleague is right here. Please continue from there.
Masu sauraro da masu mahalarta wannan taro game da ake ta kasancewa a cikin taron, Mun saurari jawabi daga shugaba kuma wanda ya asasa wannan kungiya ta FUDECO, Professor Sali Sabinana, wanda ya bayyana tarihin kungiyar da aka samar da ita, irin kalubalen da suka fuskanta wajen asasa kungiyar da abubuwa makamantan haka. Ya bayani akan irin ayyukan da suke, musamman gina makaranta da suke a wasu jihohi, Kaduna da wato Taraba da Nasarawa, da kuma abin da suke shirin yi na jihar Adamawa. Ya bayyana abubuwa da dama wanda kuma suna da muhimmanci. Kamar da Hashiya ta faɗa, abu na gaba da muna ba da haƙuri sakamakon akwai 'yan sauye-sauye da muka gani a jadawalin gudanar da taron, wanda kafin a kammala za mu gayyaci ɗaya daga cikin wadda aka tsara za ta nishadantar da malata taro, wato Hajiya Hauwa 'yar Fulanin Gombe. Za ta yi mana Fulatanci ne ko Hausa ko Kanuri ne, amma dai ba Kanuri a nan ko? Akwai Kanuri ko? To dan Maraya ya ce Fulani da bare-bare ko? To abokan juna ne dama. Za ka yi Fulatanci ne? Ai an gama Fulatanci ko? To bismillah, ina Hauwa.
Tashir yake sai furto ɗayasi yana taɓa ga gaɗuwar birta sai min nana ko wani ya hundu kuma da sannan ko hittino sosai na ne kiban ganin gol to mul FUDECO gol musamman daga mawaƙiyan nan waɗin gimaiɗo mu kowa an ni ma kowa ranar da tafi
FUDECO kautal kajo be fulaku wallo be fulaku
Fulbamin yetti FUDECO,
yetti FUDECO
nana ciyaman mo FUDECO,
nana ciyaman mo FUDECO
lamido yette nana FUDECO.
FUDECO kautal kajo be fulaku wallo 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 be fulaku
Secretary National FUDECO,
wallo be fulaku
Barista Musa Harifi,
wallo be fulaku
Barista Musa Harifi,
wallo be fulaku
Harifi Kajo wa Fulaku,
wallo be fulaku
KSS Nana Chiyama,
wallo be fulaku
Yadda sai Lamido,
wallo be fulaku
Bakon Banka da Fulaku,
wallo be fulaku
Yawan Bangen Fulaku,
wallo be fulaku
Wannan Balli da Fulbe,
wallo be fulaku
Wannan Tingi na Fulbe,
wallo be fulaku
Turgol wani asli Fulaku,
wallo be fulaku
Kauti hore Fulaku,
wallo be fulaku
Noti hore Berobe,
wallo be fulaku
Kauti hore Robe Fulbe,
wallo be fulaku
Yake tingo be sanaaji,
wallo be fulaku
Wakadin yake tina be pade,
wallo be fulaku
Wape jaka ore ekitinto,
wallo be fulaku
Wape benyote wape durgo,
wallo be fulaku
Wape belale polgi zamanu,
wallo be fulaku
Entoy waynade lesde duniya, fulɓe waynade, fulɓe duniya ko te gayna andirade, a yettama gaynako. Gaynako dono asli fulɓe, gaynako durowo jampelele.
dono asli fulɓe gaynako durowo jampelele
Hawwa pullo gonɗe,
gayna dono asli fulɓe gaynako durowo jampelele
Gombe.
Thank you very much. Atafa mata mana jama'a. Please can we appreciate this beautiful young Fulani lady?
Mingeti Hajiya Gimano FUDECO ko Gimano FUDECO daga jihar.
Zamu gayyaci Alhaji Ibrahim Muhammad matsayinsa na uba a wannan taro kuma wanda yake wakilta mai martaba sarkin Kebbi. Mai martaba ya tsaya daga nan za a yi wannan biya ba za a zo nan ba. Yawa daga nan za a yi jawabi na iyayen ƙasa ne don mu ji irin jawabin da ya tanadar mana a wannan guri. Mu ne manyan baƙi barka da zuwa dai.
My colleague is like we are bridging protocol.
To akwai mai martaba sarki na Nasarawa yana dan gaskiya ne bai kamata a ce shi wakili ya bayani ba. Allah ya taimaki sarki, Allah ya ƙara sarki lafiya, Allah ya ja zamanin sarki, Allah ya sanya sarki ya ƙara lafiya. Za mu gayyaci mai martaba sarkin Nasarawa wanda shi ya kamata a ce ya yi jawabi a wannan guri, wanda girmamawa irin da ladabi da biya na fada ya sanya wanda aka ce zai jawabi da yake wakiltar sarki ya ga bai dace ya jawabi ba. Sarki yana wannan guri don haka mai martaba sarkin Nasarawa shi zai jawabi a madadin sarakuna da suke wannan guri domin sanya albarka a wannan taro. Mai martaba sarki.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم wakiliya da ke wakiltar uwar gidan shugaban ƙasa a wannan taro da wanda ke wakiltar shugaban minista da kasuwanci da wakiliyar matar gwamna, shugaban wannan taro da sauran manyan baƙi maza da mata. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Muna wa Allah godiya da ya kama wannan rana cikin wannan lokaci kuma wannan makaranta mai dimbin tarihi don mu ga yadda za a ƙaddamar da tallafa wa iyayenmu mata musamman wanda suke yankin karkara musamman kuma na al'ummar Fulani. Muna jajantawa shugaban wannan tafiya da zurfin tunani da ya nuna kishin ƙasa domin tallafa wa 'yan uwanmu wadda a kullum kusan su ake zalunta saboda ƙarancin ilimi, rashin tallafawa. Wannan kungiya hakika ta yi rawar gani, musamman abubuwan da muke gani a gabanmu yanzu na sana'o'i ba ƙaramin alheri ba ne ga al'umman Fulani da ma ƙasa baki ɗaya. Muna fata wannan kungiya za ta ci gaba da samun ɗauki daga ko'ina a duniya. Muna kuma addu'a ma shugabanni wannan kungiya yadda suka fara wannan gagarumin aiki. Allah ya tallafa musu, ya tallafa mana baki ɗaya. Sana'a musamman na hannu babban abu ne, kowa ya sani. Ko da ma an yi karatun boko ɗin, gwamnati ba ta da damar ɗaukan kowa da kowa wurin aiki. Saboda haka yawancin sana'o'in hannu su suke tafiyar da tattalin arzikin ƙasa. Sau muna kira da babban murya ga 'yan uwanmu da suka samu wannan ɗauki su ci gaba da ƙoƙari fi sabilillahi, domin Allah ya ce tashin taimake ka. Muna fata gwamnati za ta ci gaba da kawo ɗauki ga wannan ƙungiya don a ci gaba da tallafawa jama'anmu, da fatan komai zai ƙara ci gaba a kowane lokaci. Muna fata yadda aka fara wannan taro lafiya, Allah ya sa a gama lafiya. Kuma manyan bakinmu da suka taho daga Abuja da lafiya, Allah mai da ku gidajenku lafiya. Don uwanmu su ma daga karkara da suka fito, Allah ya mai da ku gida lafiya. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Atafa Mai Martaba, please let's appreciate His Royal Highness for giving us his words of encouragement. At this point in time, we want to sincerely appreciate your patience, your tolerance for waiting up to this point in time. Just as we said, we are going to be bridging what we have on our program of events. But meanwhile, these products we are all seeing, our invited guests cannot just leave without having a glance, unveiling it, and also launching the FUDECO project as far as the FUDECO graduation is concerned. May I, at this point in time, invite the moment we all have been waiting for, where Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by Dr. Rukayat A. Gurin, where she's going to walk down the aisle to inspect the project, the FUDECO product that has been given to the benefit of the people of Nasarawa State and by extension Nigeria at large. May I invite Her Excellency, the First Lady of Nasarawa State, represented by the SA, and also the ITF DG. You're also going to escort them to the floor to inspect this product while she comes back to give her goodwill message and launch the product. I also want to invite along the Director Gender Chairperson Women in Academic Nasarawa State University, Dr. Hawawu Ahmed Mainuma, to join them, please. DJ, can you give us the soft music while they walk down the aisle to make the inspection?
Yanzu an gayyaci wakiliyar matar shugaban kasa wata Dr. Rukayyat wadda za ta jagoranci ayari mai yawa. Za su je su duba kayan da waɗannan mata suka sarrafa. Gashi nan tana shirin saukowa ƙasa. A tafa mata mana. Ga ragowar akwai professor da yake hukumar Atomic Energy, shi ma ya bi ayari. Professor sa suna za ta bi ayarin nasu a duba sosai. Akwai mai martaba sarkin Nasarawa shi ma sai bi ayari domin su duba sanya albarka a cikin wannan al'amari. Gashi na an fara duba kayayyakin da aka sarrafa. So da Allah a dan sauna daga nesa fara dama ba.
These are the chemicals that goes ahead product made from Toto. They were taught how to do handbag and slippers. These are the products. And school bag as well as handbag. Sir? Yes. These are where they were taught how to do a liquid soap, body spray. Different items are here. This is also a yeah. And this is a Vaseline. There's these are Vaselines. So all the total, and this is tag. Yeah. There are also another center here. This is Akwanga Wamba Center, where they were taught how to make of yes, and this is also yes, yeah, and this one again from Wamba. And this is
check like 1 2.
and they were also taught how to know their well going back we will branch to see the chickens and how they for consumption, inshallah. Within 3 months they were grown. Thank you very much. And your instructions. Yes. Allah sure barka mada. So these are chickens that has been reared within just 3 months, and this is how they are. How brother, these are participants from Kokona local government area of Nasarawa State. So now, perfectly as we can see, they actually achieve, and the knowledge is still with them now, and they know how to rear chickens. These chickens, they were not reared within just 3 months, man. Just within 3 months. Yes, man. Yes, man. They can be able to take care of it. Yes, man. So this is part of FUDECO activities here in Nasarawa State. As we can inspect, we have about 5 different centers having different products being produced by the participant of FUDECO here in Nasarawa. Yeah.
I want to appreciate Her Excellency for finding it worth respect this. Please let's give her a round of applause. Distinguished guest, dignity, thank you very much. You had to work for that exercise. Thank you. Let's invite Her Excellency for her goodwill message alongside launching of the FUDECO project. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
Royal Highnesses, the Emir of
Allah.
and representative of the Emir of representative of honorable ministers here present, directors general, Professor S.S. Nana, Chairman FUDECO, Dr. Mrs. Nana Mainoma, Director Center for Gender, Nasarawa State University, other distinguished personalities here. I would like to recognize all guests, Jama'a Fulbe, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rukaya Gurin. I'm the Senior Special Assistant to the President in the Office of the First Lady. I'm here to represent the First Lady, Dr. Mrs. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari. Dr. Mrs. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, the First Lady, the mother of the nation, would have been here personally because this is her constituency. What FUDECO is celebrating today is part of Dr. Mrs. Aisha Buhari, the wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But she sends me personally to come and represent her at this event. And she asked me to deliver her goodwill message, and I will read the goodwill message. I acknowledge the presence of all here present and the wonderful ambience that this gathering has brought together today. Thank you all for your presence. The event today is indeed special because it demonstrates the commitment and effort made by FUDECO to improve the lives of the Fulbe community generally. Today we are celebrating the graduation of some of our Fulbe beneficiaries, whom because of the training they have received has distinguished themselves in various vocational skills. I have gone around and have seen some of these skills that ordinarily wouldn't have been available to our Fulbe women if not because of FUDECO. I wish to acknowledge that FUDECO has demonstrated itself as a solid partner of government, targeting one of the disadvantaged group, that is the Fulani community, for empowerment. And I congratulate FUDECO for this effort. The initiative of FUDECO is exemplary and need to be supported by both the federal and the state governments in order to improve the lives of the Fulbe community. I'm happy that today's ceremony testifies this effort and believe that in future we'll have more of these trainees. I congratulate all women that are graduating today, and which I understand that there are about 200. It's a very large number. I congratulate all these 200 graduates today and urge them to make use of the skills they have acquired today. This is an important skill, not because of only being productive, but because it will empower you more to lead a fulfilled life. Finally, I appreciate the efforts of all, most especially His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer AACA, and the First Lady of Nasarawa State, who is also represented here. I also appreciate the presence of the Royal Highnesses that we have here among us, and the Chairman of FUDECO for taking his time to organize this project. I also appreciate all the organizers of this event that has made it possible to happen. And I assure FUDECO of my full support in empowering Fulbe women and youth. I thank you. God bless FUDECO. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, we don't want you to leave without making a symbolic presentation. We want you to make a symbolic presentation to these wonderful and beautiful participants called FUDECO. They have a token, a startup pack to encourage women. A tafa ma Her Excellency inda za ta bayyana, za ta ba da presentations din nan, shi abokin aiki na zai ci gaba daga nan.
So akwai kuɗi da aka ware za a ba wannan mata, kuɗaɗe naira na dukan naira, excellency naira na dukan naira, naira 120. A tafa mana. Ba fatin matan ba, group za a ba da wannan kuɗin, excellency let me invite Dr. Rukayat Ahmad. Dr. Rukayat Ahmad, please. Where is the grant? The grant, the list is here, is with me. Group 1, Toto, ina group Toto suke taso su zauna ko? Ko za mu je kasa excellency, mu je kasa ko? Zai fi ko? Kasa ko? Okay, this Toto. Let it be here. Let it be. Toto. Hey.